What is the Scalabrinian Model of Employment, Entrepreneurship and Social Innovation for Migrants and Refugees? It is a model to promote job placement and the creation of microenterprises designed by the Scalabrinian Missionaries, who work together with governments, international cooperation, the private sector and civil society organizations for the integration of migrants, refugees and forcibly displaced persons, through access to formal jobs and the creation of enterprises. The program is implemented in the Scalabrinian centers in countries of origin, transit, destination and return, in 4 main stages.
1. Training and skills certification. This stage involves intensive technical training for migrants, deportees, asylum seekers and refugees, including the development of entrepreneurial skills, and concludes with the certification of the different courses, granted by specialized and recognized governmental bodies and agencies.
2. Document regularization and work authorization. At this stage, future workers and entrepreneurs are given legal and administrative guidance to regularize their immigration status and work authorization, referring them to the competent government agencies.
3. Job referrals and micro-entrepreneurship. At this stage, future workers and entrepreneurs, with training certificates and work authorization, can opt for 2 programs. First, a job placement program with referrals to responsible and registered employers, and second, an entrepreneurship program that allows the creation and implementation of a business plan and access to seed capital to start a new business.
4. Technical support. The last stage of the process provides accompaniment for the comprehensive monitoring of the challenges and commitments acquired in the employment and entrepreneurship programs, including guidance when the entrepreneurship project is not meeting expectations or their labor rights are not being respected.
But how is this project sustainable? The answer is entrepreneurship and seed capital. Potential entrepreneurs are provided with a financial resource to invest in productive tools or materials that allow them to generate self-employment, according to their training interests, vocation, and local markets. Social workers, teachers, and entrepreneurship coordinators identify individuals' potential through their participation in the technical and soft skills certification.
During years of experience testing and replicating this model, the Scalabrinians have designed a flexible way to give sustainability and expand the impact of the seed resources. With the purpose of 1, calling for the co-responsibility of the beneficiaries, emphasizing that the success of the project depends largely on their commitment and effort. And 2, to avoid desertion in the formation processes, the circulating return capital was created, through which the entrepreneur receives a financial resource to invest in their productive project within the identified areas and established budget.
By establishing a formal contract between the parties, entrepreneur and Scalabrini entity, the beneficiary acquires the commitment to return the investment resources in disaggregated installments according to their payment capacity.
As an incentive to entrepreneurs who advance responsibly in the investment and return process, it is proposed that once the entrepreneur has repaid 70% of the initial investment, the remaining 30% of the debt will be forgiven, as an incentive for their efforts.
The funds raised by the outstanding return on equity will be used to create a common investment fund. This fund's sole purpose is to make new seed capital investments to continue supporting new migrant entrepreneurs in local communities.
What is the impact of the program? 17 Scalabrinian centers have proven to be an effective model for the integration of migrants, refugees, and returnees, placing more than 15,000 people a year in permanent employment.
Due to the success of this model, SIM is working with governments, international organizations, civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, the private sector and other stakeholders in 34 countries to implement the model in more Scalabrinian centers around the world. In addition to the economic benefits it brings, both to the direct beneficiary of the project and to their families and communities, it is clear that this counteracts the narratives that fuel anti-immigrant reactions, as they are no longer seen as mere recipients of aid and resources, but as agents of growth and development in the host communities, which facilitates their integration and increased trust in this population by authorities and host communities.
Thus, if other countries replicate the model, these success rates will increase exponentially, providing enormous benefits not only to migrants, refugees, returnees and their families, but also to the host societies, in both the short and long term.